Ask Reddit. What's the best sex advice you ever got and from whom? Sister-in-law told us to ditch the PJs and sleep naked. Frequency of sex increased almost immediately. Never decide for someone else that they are too good for you. The decision to have sex should be a win-win for both parties. If you have to trick someone into bed, you haven't made yourself valuable enough. A professor of psychology and economics. You want to look for someone who shares your values. Realistically, if I had been doing that, I wouldn't have gotten with your mother. But anyway, my dad. If you look hungry, you're going to starve. Told to me by my older cousin when I started college. Brilliant phrasing. Underrated advice. Damn it, why is it when I have a girlfriend, suddenly all these girls show interest? Well, Chris, it's because now when you interact with these girls, you interact and treat them as a person. Not just an object you wanna hump. I wish I'd realized this when I was a teenager. Go out to have fun, guys, not to get laid. It is just a lot more attractive to a woman instead of you being the 50th horny guy she talked to that day. That may be part of it, but actually studies show that much of it is just the same reasoning that you use when you choose to go to a restaurant because it has existing patrons, and avoid the empty restaurant next door. Women assume that a man who is with a woman must be okay. My sister told me to keep baby wipes next to the bed for the cleanup. It works so much better than Kleenex. Also, you're literally wiping up babies. My dad is a union painter. He always used to tell a joke that goes, do you know why women love painters? Because we know it's 90% prep, 10% finishing with long smooth strokes. Works for both painting a room flawlessly and satisfying a woman. Put a pillow under her ass. No idea where I heard it, but boy, it does the trick. When I would go out, my dad would tell me, behave. If you can't behave, be safe. If you can't be safe, name it after me. Never put your finger somewhere you wouldn't put your face. My granddaddy was talking about power tools, but I find it applies elsewhere. Relax. Advice from a friend, and it has served me well. While you could take it as a reference to certain sex acts, I mean it mainly as a reference to state of mind. There will be times where things don't work like they should, or they work too fast, or something embarrassing happens. It doesn't matter, just relax, don't worry, and move on. In the bedroom, you're both there to have a good time, so just enjoy it. My granddad when I was 12. If you can cook and amp, make them laugh, you're already halfway up their leg. The rest's up to you, don't fuck it up. Sometimes you gonna bust in 2 pumps, but don't act ashamed and do your best to give you both a good time even if it happens. Also, comfort with a person makes your sex better. Both from dad. IDK, why he brought it up was kinda random at the time, but both have held true. I've came early twice. Once I acted embarrassed, the other time I laughed it off and kept going by other means. The latter was a positive experience, the former was not. Ladies, never trust the man. Use a diaphragm. 70-year-old give no fucks biology teacher at a Catholic high school. Since our school's version of sex ed was abstinence only, she snuck as much practical advice as possible into the reproductive system section of her class. Got away with it, too, because she was a little old lady. The more you worry about sex, the less you'll get it. Some guy on Tumblr a few years ago. Never be a dead fuck. From my insane always drunk manager from my first job at McDonald's. He told me to keep it fun and it will always be good. Tell him exactly what you want him to do. A guy I was casually seeing. After 2 long-term relationships, 3 years and amp. 4 years, with 0 orgasms. This little tip made orgasms regular with my current BF. Seems obvious, but I know lots of other women who have experienced something similar. Stop trying to suck dick like they do in porn. Find your own style and comfort level and it's a win-win. I used to be so awkward and now I actually enjoy doing it. Also, enjoying it is half the battle. Men like it much more when there's some enthusiasm. My pops was ahead of the curve. He had multiple frank conversations with me from the age of 10 through my teens. I could tell that talking about sex with me made him uncomfortable, but he made sure I understood what was going on around me. Aside from always wear a condom. He also taught me about the importance of consent before no means no was even a popular phrase. He was a good man. I'm a woman and I recognize this might seem self-explanatory to others, but to me it took some talking out. Move. Literally just move. Friction feels good and a lot of men will be very surprised and impressed if you actively participate in the sexing by moving your hips back and forth, touching them, etc. Surprise. Men like a partner that doesn't lay there like a fish. I regrettably used to lay very still and let him have his way with me. While sexy in theory, no one wants to fuck a dead fish. My ex-boyfriend gave me this advice while we were fucking. Not to me, but on my best friend's 18th birthday, which he had brought his cute new girlfriend to, I watched as his 3 older brothers busted into his room and quite literally showered him in condom packets, all while saying if you're gonna get wet wear a raincoat. Just so you know, 1/5 the population has genital herpes. Good luck out there, my grandfather's final words to me. It's merely more like 1/3 RD of the population now. Edit, it's actually 2/3 RD of the total global population. Reference, herpes simplex virus, HSV. During sex ed in 6th grade, our male teacher was educating us boys on the clitoris and how sensitive it gets. He went on to tell us that it's so sensitive a girl could cross her legs and rock one back and forth to masturbate. My buddies and I spent the next few weeks spotting all the girls masturbating at school. Fuck me, my wife. Edit. The subtext here is that there aren't any tricks to sex really. It's really more about finding someone you're compatible with and making the deep connection. Just get in there. If you have bullet points in your agenda, odds on either one if you are going to enjoy it. Edit 2. Thanks, you creepy motherfuckers, for the holiday wishes, for stalking through my profile, and for the completely inappropriate comments directed at my wife. This is why I keep coming back here. Merry Christmas, Reddit. If you go down on him and he doesn't reciprocate, dump his ass. Only good advice my dad gave me, which was one I thought was the most WTF at the time. Sex is like a can of Pringles. Once you pop you can't stop, mom. This may have made me wait a long while. Lol, I didn't meet my dad until I was almost 20 and the guy was a biker with absolutely no filter. This was by far some of his best advice, sadly. My mom couldn't stop and it led to dealing with shitty relationship drama by proxy 4 years of my life, so I'm happy I've come this far with a somewhat healthy attitude towards sex and relationships. Some 28-year-old stoner PhD student when I was 22 and squatting my buddy's co-op house for the summer. Be generous and be everywhere, man. Have infinite hands, a full mouth, and come from every angle, but do it slowly so she never knows what's next. When you want her to finish, focus on the things she liked the most. This advice has always stuck with me and has worked like a charm. 10 years ago, one coworker asked her older coworker, "How do you tell if a girl is freaky? Does she have long hair or short hair?" The older, wiser coworker said they keep their fingernails short to this day. I have never been able to find a counterexample. 1. Ask questions. Don't just do 2. It's all about rhythm. Be consistent with your strokes. Don't give 3-7 pumps then go fast then all the way out and then all the way in and then slow. Do things in sections by space them out and be lengthy when you do them. 3. Use your fucking mouth more often. You want your dick sucked? She wants her pussy licked. If that shit's gross then leave and go beat your meat. It's a two-way street. Respect it. 4. Listen to her. Unless she's a quiet partner, sorry for you bud, she should be making moaning or making noises. If she's not, you're probably doing something bad or wrong. See step number 1. 5. Don't dick all day. Foreplay then dick. Take a break and foreplay again. Stop dicking and kiss for a bit. Dick real slow for a bit if you're about to climax. 6. Change it up. Don't doggy for half an hour. Don't make her ride you for half an hour. Give a few minutes in a position then change it up. 7. Give her control. Lay on you back and put her on top to ride you. If she bounces like a deflated basketball, either she's not liking it or she's bad at sex. It's not always easy to tell, but if you're lucky she loves being in control and is fucking amazing at it. You have been visited by Docky Bean. Good teammates and ranked matches will come to you, but only if you comment. Stybini Dokabian. Also don't forget to like and subscribe for more Reddit related videos.